So I don't know if you're a glass is half full or a glass is half empty kind of person, but I think that when it comes to the real estate market, after going through the latest data that I'm going to show you in this email, that for our area's real estate market, you're going to see that the glass is more full than it was last month. So let's get into your February 2023 market update. Real estate success without the BS. So if things were to continue to change as they have in the past few weeks, people will really start talking about a bounce up in the housing market. The just released pending home sales data from the National Association of Realtors is the latest in a small collection of data that is quantifying this potential shift up. Pending home sales, which is homes being put under contract, moved up at the fastest pace since October 2021 recently. And mortgage rates are and have been the dominant factor that drives home sales. And I believe that the recent declines in rates is what's clearly helping to stabilize this market. We navigated some pretty rough waters when interest rates were bouncing all over the place throughout much of last year. And look, rates are indeed much improved from 3 to 4 months ago. But in my opinion, the most welcome change isn't the average rate, which is like right now we're just over 6%. It's the stability that we're seeing now that is the most welcome. We've only had an interest rate range of about a little over 0.5% for almost 3 months now, up or down. And we haven't seen rates that stable since late 2021. And if you take a look at the data graphs that I've included in this email, interestingly enough, this combination of lower and more stable rates perfectly coincides with a noticeable shift in mortgage applications for purchasers. Well, this past week, we saw purchase applications tick up to their highest levels since this past August. So buyer activity is increasing. But the big question is, what does that mean for home prices? And the answer to that is it really depends on what price bracket you're searching in. The starter home or first-time home buyer market, still competitive. From 500 to 800,000, you have lower than normal inventory. Competition is coming back in anticipation of a robust spring market push, and expect battles with other buyers for good homes that are hitting the market. Now, the luxury market, on the other hand, pretty hard hit this past year. Nassau and Suffolk saw some of the sharpest drops in sales numbers in the country in the second half of 2022. The wealthy are not immune to getting spooked by the economy as well. So prices for those homes are much more likely to go down in that luxury home sector than any other. When inventory doesn't move, prices get slashed. Multifamily homes, if they produce good rental income, still a hot commodity for obvious reasons, but just like the single family home counterpart, very susceptible to hyperlocal neighborhood influences and trends. So it's very tough to make blanket statements about them. Make sure if you're interested in buying or selling a multifamily, you have the right custom battle plan in place. Okay? Now, the one great lesson that I've learned from the past year and the many other times in my history of market watching is not to draw sweeping conclusions about the future from just a few months of data. Could rates move back up? Could housing slump back towards previous levels? Sure. All I'm saying is that the housing market is, in general, reacting positively to where things are at this moment. But ultimately, broader economic factors are going to play the biggest role in determining the trajectory of rates. Inflation, employment, measures of economic output. And we're going to see several big ticket economic reports this week, in addition to the latest policy announcement from the Fed. So buckle up and stay tuned as I continue to help dissect this information and guide you towards your real estate goals. So with that being said, if you have questions about how all of this affects you and your specific situation, given what you're trying to do, whenever that is, don't be shy to reach out. I'm here to help, okay? Enjoy the rest of the week, guys. I will see you again in 2 weeks for our featured listings email. Ciao for now.